Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo November 2017 horoscope forecast. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, anyway, people, first thing is, as far as November goes, the Sun will be in Scorpio from the 1st to the 22nd. So the fourth house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. This could be about a strong, perhaps, focus on maybe transformation of the home and family life. It could be dealing with upheavals and crisis in the home. It could also be about shining in home-related matters. And really, there could be a strong focus on really understanding who you are at the core and doing so in a very deep manner. I mean, anything superficial with Scorpio energy, of course, will simply not do at this time. So, and also could be digging deep into your roots and shining in home-related matters at this time. So, anyway, well, as far as November goes, the Sun will be in Sagittarius from the 22nd until the 30th. And for Leo, well, the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. So anyway, this could indicate perhaps maybe some focus on fifth house related matters such as creative endeavors, children, love and romance, and bringing a lot of that exuberant and expansive Sagittarius energy into it. It could be doing something maybe as far as enjoyment goes, Sagittarius related, such as sports. It could even be archery or doing something even with horses. Something which, of course, can bring a very strong sense of enjoyment, because the fifth house is, of course, about our enjoyment, and Sagittarius is obviously very expansive energy, and it could be bringing a lot of jocular energy into their romantic life and relationship with children, and bringing a lot of optimism, even in some cases in gambling and speculative matters. So anyway, and there could also be a need to shine in those matters as well, fifth house related matters. So anyway, well, the full moon is going to be in Taurus on November 4th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could indicate a career matter or endeavor. So a career-related project may reach a culmination or ending at this time. Something that took a lot of Taurus-like patience, persistence, and perseverance, perhaps. It could be maybe full or tired of maybe an obstinate or overly stubborn supervisor as well at this time, or some authority figure. Could even be, in some cases, some situation, maybe an unrelenting or a situation that didn't seem like was ever going to end, maybe comes to a conclusion, maybe with the dominant parent, which is generally the father in most cases. Well, anyway, well, the new moon will be in Scorpio on, I believe, November 18th. And, of course, the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So what this could mean is this could be something new in connection with the home life, or that requires certain maybe modifications, transformation, making some major change in the home and family life. In some cases, it could be some new crisis or upheaval at the same time. This could also be something that new that is started in the home that might be Scorpio-like. It could be maybe doing something connected with the astrology, the occult, supernatural, alchemy, even magic in some cases. Some kind of thing that requires certain investigation. It could be going deep into one's roots, something maybe that hadn't been done before, or maybe doing some investigation, exploration regarding one's traditions may begin at this time. So anyway, well, also, as far as November goes, Mercury will be in Scorpio from the 1st until the 5th. And the fourth house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, well, there may be a lot more communications going on in the home, ones that are very intense and incisive and getting to the heart of matters, ones that are very probing. The less dominant parent, which is generally the mother, may be more communicative and vocal at this point and be very incisive as well. Also, there might be more probing regarding maybe matters connected with your roots and traditions, and really thinking about who you are at the core and trying to go deep mentally in order to kind of figure that out, so to speak, and try to ascertain that. So anyway, could also be certain investigation going around at the home as well at this time, or at least thinking about doing some things which require some problem solving at home. So, or maybe in family matters even. So anyway, well, as far as November goes, well, Mercury will be in Sagittarius from the 5th until the 30th, and the 5th house will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could be a time for Leo where there might be a lot of expansive and exuberance in communications with people, with children perhaps, with people that are maybe a romantic partner. It could also be that these people might be, or the conversations with these people might be a little bit more blunt than usual, more outspoken. It's really about being more forthright in your communications with people in romantic relationships and children, and speaking that veritable Sagittarius truth. It could also about thinking, perhaps pondering and thinking about things of a speculative nature and being optimistic, thinking in a very optimistic manner as far as those things go. And this is also about communicating very positively, perhaps about maybe hobbies as well, and doing a lot of mental work, perhaps in connection with them. So anyway, well, as far as November goes, well, Venus will be in Libra from the 1st until the 7th. So the 3rd house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could be a time for Leo where Leo might expect more peaceful relationships, perhaps with siblings, if applicable, with the neighbors. There could be less acrimony at this time. Although I'm going to get into Mars and Libra in the third house, so that will offset that a little bit. But anyway, this could also be a time where in some cases, if Leo is unattached, it could be a relationship might be formed with somebody in the neighborhood. It could be in some cases, and maybe a Libra, or somebody more often than not may embody Libra-like characteristics. It could be somebody that might be very refined, cultured, charming, diplomatic, tactful, might have very artistic tastes. And this is a time for really just often a very peaceful and tranquil period with siblings and with, if applicable, and neighbors as well. The 3rd house also rules short journeys, so these are more apt to be a little bit more peaceful and during this time than usual. So you'll be a little bit less likely to argue during this time. But a lot of your communications in general may be more peaceful and also have a lot of tact and diplomacy in them. So anyway, well, as far as November goes, Venus will be in Scorpio from the 7th until the 30th, and the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could be a time where there can be a lot of enjoyment, perhaps in Scorpio-like things in the home, such as astrology, the occult, supernatural, magic, alchemy. It could be doing problem solving. It could be doing things like cryptograms, just like puzzles in general, trying to solve things in the home. And also, it could be the enjoyment, perhaps, of getting in touch with who you are at the core and having a lot of fun and enjoyment in the process. This could also be, in some cases, that maybe if Leo is unattached, that a family member may introduce someone to you that could be someone that you may have that might be a prospective, a romantic partner, or someone you may potentially have a relationship with. So those are some things to look at as far as this goes. And it could also indicate about getting maybe money from somebody in the home or doing work related to the home and making maybe transformations and modifications in the process. Doing something, I mean, if you're in real estate especially, this could be a very auspicious time to maybe for you, because Venus is about money, and of course the fourth house, we are talking about homes, so home related things in general. So anyway, well, as far as November goes, Mars will be in Libra, and at this time, I mean, the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could indicate perhaps, I mean, as I'm talking about offsetting some of that Venus in Libra energy, so before that Mars in Libra, this could be a time where the situation with neighbors and siblings, perhaps if applicable, might be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There might be a little bit more quarreling, and you might be more mentally impatient about things at this time. If you're like on a line in a supermarket, and if you're generally a more patient person, this could be a time where you might be a little bit exasperated on average more, busy lines or being in traffic. This is also a little bit greater propensity for road rage. But on the positive side, even though Mars, of course, in Libra, it's in its detriment, there's a little bit less real acrimonious combative energy, because Libra is peaceful. It's really the arguments you may have perhaps with siblings and or neighbors at this time might be done using more passive aggressive behaviors, so less real volatile activity, combative energy, but still at the same time it's still arguing in a quiet, subtle way, such as not responding to requests, and so as opposed, or if you're disagreeing with somebody, or if somebody else is disagreeing with you, there might just be a silence or a change of subject, for example. So anyway, well, Jupiter will be in Scorpio, and of course the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So this could be a time where Leo draws some luck and fortune, perhaps in the expansion of homes, or it could be expanding the home life, but it could also be doing things of transformation of the home and of the family life. This could be, I mean, Scorpio could be destructive energy because it is ruled by Pluto, but it could be about rebirth and regeneration. One home might be obliterated, but it could be a time where another one may come into place. So also, this is a time where a Leo might show a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in home-related matters. It could also be about luck, maybe about finding things around the home. It could be going around a home and looking, going around with a metal detector or something and finding maybe some rare coin or something. Also, this is about digging deep, a lot of emphasis perhaps in digging deep and getting in touch with your roots and perhaps with traditions at this time, and also who you are at the core. This is also a time where, the fourth house is also about the less dominant parent, which is generally the mother. So this could be a time where the mother might show maybe a little bit more jocular, exuberant, enthusiastic side at this time. But at the same time, Jupiter, remember that it can be paradoxical. I mean, it's benign and benevolent, granted, but it also can enlarge and expand. So it can enlarge, for example, sneaky or surreptitious behavior with home and family members. So, those are some things to look at as far as this goes. Now, Saturn will still be in Sagittarius, of course, and the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So Leo might experience some restrictions and limitations, perhaps, in matters of the heart, in love and romance. It could be that maybe a child or somebody that they're in a romantic relationship with might show signs of despondency or might seem more melancholy than usual. Keep in mind what's interesting too is that Saturn and Sagittarius can restrict a lot of this exuberance and enthusiasm. So not only you're talking about Saturn in the fifth house, but Saturn and Sagittarius may be restricting this energy as it is, as far as that enthusiasm goes. And then if you have Saturn and you're talking about the fifth house, well, this could really restrict that fun and enjoyment at this time. And also, this could also be about maybe, things, the fifth house is also about things of a speculative nature. So maybe Leo might be impacted, say, by an older and really like sagacious and wise person in terms of making some kind of investment of a speculative nature at this time. Could also show that maybe children, if applicable, might show more maturity and responsibility than usual. So anyway, well, Uranus will still be in Aries, so for Leo, the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could indicate maybe some unusual or and even acrimonious behavior, maybe by in-laws and grandchildren, if applicable. It could indicate maybe some eccentric behavior by these people, ingenious behavior, and pioneering. And really, it shows too that there might be maybe a number of unanticipated or unpredictable long journeys at this time that can just kind of happen on a fly. I mean, Uranus energy is very extemporaneous, and this could happen very quickly. So, and also, it could be something where maybe some kind of esoteric subject, such as astrology, might strongly impact Leo's philosophical nature at this time. Anyway, Neptune will still be in Pisces, and of course the eighth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, Leo might experience maybe a little bit of duplicity or deception from somebody they're in a sexual relationship, or somebody that they're in an intimate relationship with. This could be some also in some cases that if they're involved with a sexual partner or somebody in an intimate relationship, that person may succumb to some kind of drug or alcohol use at this time. I mean, these are isolated cases, though, as I see them. At the same time, this could be about also maybe as far as matters connected with transformation and major changes. There could either be some confusion, or maybe Leo might incorporate maybe some imagination into this, and it could indicate that maybe something connected with the metaphysical, such as astrology, can play a role in making some major change or transformation in one's life. Now, Neptune also, I mean, people don't like, a lot of people I know don't like it when I talk about the D word and death, but I mean, eighth house is death. I mean, and this could be a time too, in some cases, if there's other indicators, say in progress charts and even in the natal chart through transits or what have you, and even in progressions, this could be, I mean, if there are some cases where I look at Neptune in the eighth, it could be about maybe dying through something chemical related. I mean, so it's just really just important just to look at that. And I mean, and especially if this is a case where somebody is, I mean, where they're like a very strong alcoholic or a real compulsive, lack of a better word, compulsive or very intense habitual drug user. So I'm just saying that in some cases it could indicate a greater propensity for that. So anyway, well, getting to Pluto, well, Pluto, of course, is still in Capricorn, and the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, there can be either some major, I mean, in some cases, almost an obliteration of health, of maybe good health, or it could be something that's connected with the transformation of health. It could be something where Leo decides, if he or she hasn't at this time, to start working out vigorously in order to make that major change or transformation in health. It could be some upheavals in the health and the work life. In some cases, it could be that the employment where Leo's working is obliterated, but at the same time, Pluto can be about rebirth. So it could show something where Leo gets back on its feet, so to speak, and finds some other work shortly thereafter. So, and also, I mean, Pluto being, what it is, I mean, as I stated before, Pluto can be about transformation and really about making a major change as well. So it could be a major change associated with the health and the work life. And also keep in mind that Pluto, even though it's generational, Pluto is still being in Capricorn. So if there's a major health change, it could be something Capricorn related, such as like the skin or the bones, or something with the legs, or some, something Capricorn related, or it could just be something that would be Leo related, especially if somebody has Leo ascendant and Pluto is making that inconjunct aspect from the 6th house. So anyway, well, next thing is the North Node will still be in Leo, and the 1st house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, North Node is often about our destiny and our futures, and really, well, it could represent in transit what we may have to confront. So given that we're talking about 1st house and Leo energy, well, this could be about confronting, perhaps in some cases, some negative characteristics of Leo and dealing with them, such as maybe being overbearing or domineering or extravagance. And at the same time, this could be a strong focus on emphasizing the positive traits of Leo and how you're going to come across to others. I mean, the positive traits of, some of course are being magnanimous and generous and showing a lot of fortitude and courage and having confidence and self-assuredness. So that could be really what really the focus is, as far as what, the North Node may be directing Leo to do at this time. And also, also making that good first impression. And really it could be about taking that courage, that Leo fortitude and courage, and starting maybe a new beginning. Also, it's about, you could be about something Leo as far as the heart, for example, and something, especially if we're talking about the ascendant, the physical body. This is something where you might, it might be time where Leo might have to address something that might be Leo related, such as something with the heart. So some heart issues. So anyway, well, the Black Moon Lilith will be in Sagittarius as far as November goes, from the 1st until the 9th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, well, Leo might be the Black Moon Lilith could be about an unveiling, and it could be over in some cases, maybe a very prodigious gambling problem, maybe that's unveiled. It could be some kind of recklessness or over adventurousness, maybe in matters of the heart, so to speak, in some cases. Maybe it could be somebody that, maybe a lover or a child, might have some kind of warped philosophy that comes out as that's divulged at this time. Now, the Black Moon Lilith will, as far as November goes, will be in Capricorn from the 9th until the 30th, and the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, well, Leo might experience, so there might be some kind of unveiling made, maybe about a health situation that Leo didn't want to come out. It could be something Capricorn related, such as the bones or something with the skin or what have you, or the legs. It could be something Capricorn related that he or she just didn't want to come out. Or it could be over maybe maybe it's over, if applicable, if Leo is at a place of employment and there's employees there, maybe it's some revelation regarding maybe an employee that might be overly tyrannical or over ambitious, and really in just doing whatever he or she wants to get to reach the pinnacle, so to speak. And really, that's what this could be about for Leo at this time. And anyway, last but not least, Chiron will still be in Pisces, and the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So for Leo at this time, there might be some wounds, some suffering that might be connected. Maybe in some cases it could be it could be something connected with a sexual partner or somebody they're having an intimate relationship with. It could be something that might be over something deceptive or duplicitous from a sexual partner. Maybe the sexual partner maybe is involved with drugs or some kind of alcohol use. This could also be about maybe difficulty making decision. Could be some Pisces confusion over making a major change or transformation. Maybe something, in some cases it could be some kind of income tax evasion. It could be by maybe not writing the right information on a tax form. Because you have this Pisces deception, of course, that could be in this mix. Also, keep in mind too that Chiron is also about healing. So also what this could be about healing, maybe in some cases, maybe helping others make a major change or transformation and being a motivator in that, in doing so, using that Pisces empathy and compassion in doing so. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Leo November 2017 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Virgo November 2017 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.